can be carried. So today we started for the first time with the screening of the state anthem, and that was followed by your Har Ghar Tiranga initiative. Now, the meaning of this initiative is that we put on the tricolors in every household that is present. That is the initiative from the government of India. Okay, so that is the message which the video gave us. Following on with that, we come to our anti-ragging week celebration inaugural. So 12th August is marked as the anti-ragging day, and the following week we celebrate it as a anti-ragging week. So it's a 1 week long program where we have the basic idea is to create awareness among the students and among the faculties and everyone present regarding the ragging. So, regarding this, there are some UGC directives that we should organize some programs on the theme based of ragging. So the problem is that since 2023, we have started with this 1 week ragging program. This initiative was started by UGC seeing into the number of cases, ragging cases which were arising. If you leave 2020 and 2021, which were the COVID years, you will see that there are almost more than 1,000 cases being registered. These are the registered cases. There are many unregistered cases. So the registered cases were rising, and especially what was observed that in the engineering and medical colleges, there were several cases of ragging. So, to tackle this problem and to create awareness among every individual, this initiative was started by government of India to celebrate in every university of India. Right? We celebrate 1 week anti-ragging program. So, I request all the students and all their faculties to please kindly encourage. It's not that only students can participate, the faculties themselves also can participate in the events that are taking place. So tomorrow we will start with the events. The students are all welcome. They can just come in and do on spot registration also. So we are starting with essay competition, we'll have a logo competition, then we'll have, I think, poster making competition, and I think on 15th we'll have the debate competition, we'll have the quiz competition. So I request the students, please come forward, participate in these events. And for those who are participating as well as those who are winning the competition, all of you will be receiving certificates. Definitely, those who are winning will give them medals also, and those who are participating also, they will receive the participation certificate from the anti-ragging cell. Besides that, the celebration of anti-ragging week is very very significant because the student should know their rights. what are their rights, and how to tackle the problems when they encounter. Lot of lives, what has been observed is lot of lives have been lost in an institute due to ragging. Okay, and ragging is mostly seen taking places in campuses, in places where teachers don't have a good hold, right? So mostly in hostels or enclosed areas where some group of seniors, they form a group and try to have some kind of superiority over their juniors. So this week marks the significance, or it tries to teach you what are the steps you can take when you encounter such problems. So we have an anti-ragging cell. We have the dedicated anti-ragging helpline number, which is there in this banner. So you can see there are two anti-ragging numbers, which is highlighted here. We have the university anti-ragging helpline number. That is the dedicated helpline number for our students. And we also have the 24/7 number, which is provided by UGC. So this 1800 this is a 24/7 toll-free number. So if you encountered any case of ragging, or if you feel that you are being not treated properly or bullied by your seniors, you can raise a complaint. So we always want that as a university, if you encounter any problem where your seniors are misbehaving, or you are encountering any problem, you can come to the university helpline number, right? We can help you from the university side before going for the UGC helpline number. So we have both helpline number as well as our you can place a complaint uh, into the email ID. The email ID is also highlighted here. It's DSW. The email comes directly under the dean. Dr. Geeta Payal is the in charge. So she will personally look into your problems, and you can always file a complaint in the email ID. So cases of ragging is going on. I think video had circulated few days back, and you all might have encountered that. I think it was in IIM campus where the juniors were called upon by the seniors, and they were showered with water. So some students might have taken it in a positive manner. I'm not saying, but some of them did not feel well about that. That you are calling the students at night and then you are showering them with water. So for seniors it might be a fun, but for everyone, every situation may not be taken in a jolly manner, right? So when we are having any kind of such programs, okay, or when we are trying to think of our juniors, we should respect their individuality. We should not take them for granted that if I do this way, they will enjoy this particular process. Like during my stay in Nehu, when I was a student in Nehu, and during the freshers meet, I remember what happened was, we as students, we were the freshers, and the seniors were told us to wear sari and dance. So some of us might take it in an enjoyment manner, but I did not like that. Isn't that? For me, it was like a bullying, because the seniors were were sitting in the seat and taking video, and we had to wear sari and dance. So it's for me, for them, it might be enjoyment. For some of my friends, it might be an enjoyment. But I did not feel it in that way. So I requested the dean. That time, our dean was Professor Duncan. So I requested the dean to look into the thing that this video should not be circulated, and he took immediate action within that day. So same thing. If any process or any senior or anything which you feel that it's not correct, or you are feeling being bullied, may it be, it's not necessary that it has to be from the seniors. It can be from the faculty also. If you feel that the faculty is ragging you or trying to harass you in some other way, you can always come to the anti-ragging cell. So that is your right. But when as an individual you exercise your right, you should know that how to present your case. Most of the times what happens is, the student plays complaints, but they don't have supporting evidence to support the case. Suppose you come to university on a particular day, may it be for any case or may it be for getting your certificates. So whenever you are placing a complaint, if you are placing a written complaint, you should take the receiving. We are having this program so that we can empower you, right? So you should know how to place a complaint, how to keep the evidences intact. So when you are placing a complaint, you should always take a receiving. Receiving means, suppose you are placing a complaint against someone. So you have given a letter of complaint to me, suppose. I am a member of an anti-ragging cell. So when I receive that letter, you should make a second copy of yourself. And you tell the individual that, sir, please sign on this letter, so that if tomorrow I am asked that where is the complaint that you have filed, I can show this letter that this is the letter which was received by sir on particular date. Now what happens is, we always receive complaints that we have submitted the documents, but the documents, sometimes the teacher will say, or sometimes some cell will say that the documents are missing. So what is the evidence you have that you have submitted the document? So I request our senior authorities also there, ma'am and sir, that this should be made a rule for every complaint or any issue which you raise, and if you place a written complaint, there should be a receiving, right? You should get a receiving. And say there are sometimes, what happens is, sometimes you have to keep proof of evidence that you are present at a particular place. So suppose a ragging case has occurred, you can just file a complaint, but that complaint will not be effective unless until you prove that your presence was there. So how do you do that? You can do the voice recording. You can do some live recording if possible. That will make your case possible. So sometimes what will happen, if you have come on a particular day, I am not available. So you came, you did not find me, you could not place the complaint. But the next day when I come back, I will say that you were not there only. You did not come only. You don't have any documentary evidence that you came. So when you go for a particular work at a particular place, if you have come there, now we have something known as geotag. You should take photograph along with the cell. Suppose you have come to the anti-ragging cell. I am not present. So what proof you have that you came on this particular day? You take a geotag photo in front of the anti-ragging cell with the time. So tomorrow if I claim that the student did not come to raise a complaint, you have the proof. So always documentation is very, very important in any kind of action. So if you have documentary evidence that you have done your part correctly, if you were in any kind of in ragging, I'm not saying that in all cases it is possible to have proper documentation, but as much as possible, you should try to have the documentations ready. The video clip, if possible, get some videos. If possible, try to record the sound, right? If possible, when you are giving the written application, take the receiving means to whom you are giving the application, you should get a receiving letter, right? Or else what will happen, you will give the application, the letter might be lost from my end. Or this is true for any officer you meet regarding any issue. You should always take the receiving letter when you are giving a letter of complaint or any document you are submitting. You should take a receiving letter from the faculty to whom you are submitting. Suppose you are submitting to me, you should say that, sir, you are receiving a letter from me, you are receiving the documents from me, please sign in the receiving. You take that copy and you also ask that individual to put the date, because tomorrow I might say, I have received the letter, but I received yesterday only. You don't have any proof, right? So whenever you give any documents, you should always take the receiving. So that will make your case strong. Now, ragging is a very old problem, and it inculcates in the mind. Inculcates in the mind, what I mean to say is that, say suppose, now I assume that here all the seniors are there, right? So when a junior is coming, how will you express to the junior that you are senior, right? So there is positive way of expressing, but as human minds inculcates, we will always take it in a negative sense. Negative sense means we'll try to overpower them. We'll think that we are senior, we should we have some rights over the junior. But every individuality should be respected in their way, right? So regarding this, there was a famous experiment done. I don't know whether tomorrow maybe we have a screening. The experiment can be played. So in this experiment, what happened was, this is a famous Stanford experiment, okay? And this experiment was done by a scientist named Philip. You'll find it. It's one of the classic case of psychology study of human beings. So what did Philip do? Is the name of the experiment is Philip Zimbardo experiment, okay? Stanford prison experiment. So those who are from psychology, they might know about this experiment. But those who are not from psychology background, they might not have an idea about this experiment. So what happened in this experiment was, we have one group of students were selected. This all group of students were from the same batch. You are getting my point? They are from the same batch. There is no case of seniority or juniority. They are all from the same batch. Now Philip was the teacher who wanted to carry out the experiment. So in this experiment was supposed to be carried for 2 weeks. 2 weeks means 14 days. Okay. And just like this modern shows you have, for this experiment, the students have to be totally isolated. They were taken in an isolated place and the experiment was to be performed. Now, what was the experiment? Among the group of students, the group of students were divided into two halves. One half were made the prisoners of a jail. Okay, it's a Stanford prison experiment. So the students were taken in a prison. So one half of the students were made the prisoners, and the other half of the students were made the caretakers. Caretaker means the police staff who will look into these prisoners, right? So the experiment started, and it was supposed to be a 2 weeks experiment. That means 14 days experiment. Now, remember, when the experiment started, this whole group were belonging to students who were all friends, who were all classmates of each other, right? They were all classmates of each other. It's only for the experiment they were taken to a separate place and divided into two groups. We have the prisoners, one group, and we have the caretakers or the police staff of the other group. Now, what was the outcome of this experiment? When this division was done, the the group which belongs to the police officers, they suddenly developed within them a feeling of superiority. They felt that they forgot that these are my own friends. Okay, these are my own friends. And this is an experiment. They forgot that because the total authority was given to the other group who belongs to the police staff, right? The total authority was given, and from the second day onwards, what it is seen in the experiment, that they started bullying, they started beating up their friends, just like we do with the prisoners, but there are still human rights there. But here, what it was seen in the experiment, that forget about human rights, forget about being own friends. The prison staff started misbehaving with the your prisoners, and it came to a point that there was mental torture, there was physical torture, as well as it was seen that the torture went up to a certain level that the prisoners were not even given food. Now remember, during the start of the experiment, all of them were friends. But as power was given to some individuals, they started feeling a sense of superiority. So, what I want to say, or what this experiment proves, this experiment was supposed to be done for 14 days or 2 weeks. But this experiment was forced to end within 6 days. It's a famous Stanford prison experiment, and you all can view it. The documentary is there in the YouTube. So this experiment proves that when, as an individual, any superiority or any power is given to an individual, he feels a feeling of superiority, right? And he tries to impose his power. Suppose I am getting a particular position. So position is with respect to people. Even if I become a great individual, if no one is there to follow me, that position itself has no sense, right? So when you become senior, you feel that this is my time. This is the power I have. Now I should impose it on my juniors, because this is the only uh, group where you can express your power on, right? But mind you that from the uh, from the movie of Spider-Man, what do we know is that with great power comes great responsibilities, right? So with power, you should become more responsible person, and not an individual who takes utilization of power, right? So So this experiment tells us that it is a natural phenomenon in humans that we will try to overpower the weak ones, right? But there should be a concise effort made from our end. Okay, so it is not natural that when a power is given, you will not be misbehave. So it should be conscious effort from our end that we should take every possible step. Okay, and as the Bible says also, that we should treat everyone as we want ourselves to be treated. So I don't remember the phrase, ma'am, but it's from the chapter of Matthew. So you should take into this consideration that when an individual is inferior to you or in some way vulnerable, you should not misuse your position as an individual. So this is the significance which we want to point out regarding the anti-ragging day and anti-ragging week, right? So there are innumerable laws made, but they are very strict laws made, but laws alone cannot control the ragging cases, right? They are very strict laws now. Suppose if you are caught indulged in ragging, you will be thrown out of the university and you will not get admission anywhere, right? So, in spite of having such stringent laws, still ragging is a big problem or a big menace to our country. So, ragging has to be targeted in the ideological way. It cannot be targeted by just giving punishment. If just giving punishment would have solved the problem, then we would have not been standing here. And UGC would not have started this 1 week ragging program, right? So, the ideology of a individual has to be changed. We have to be always grounded to everyone, never express our superiority, right? So I think today we'll be setting up the okay, we'll be setting up here the selfie point. Okay, we request the students to kindly participate. Okay, and click your pictures. I think it will be set up shortly. It will be set up here, ma'am. So we'll be setting up a selfie point, right? So you all can selfie point, or there will be a board, okay, where you can come and click your pictures, okay. That photo frame type will be put up here. So we request the students to participate in that event also. And now there is a mandatory regulation of filling up undertaking by the students, right? So I would like to give a short demonstration on how you can fill up the undertaking, right? So this undertaking, which it's mandatory for all students, okay, no matter you are in which semester, this undertaking should be filled up, okay. So I will give a demonstration on how to access the net and how to fill the form. So once you have filled this undertaking, you have to submit 2 copies to the university. Now in this undertaking, why this undertaking is being taken from student? This undertaking is being taken by the student from the student because UGC will have record of all the information. Now when I show you the undertaking, you will see that all details are asked here. Name of the university, who is the student, which course the student is enrolled in, what are the name of the parents, what are their contact details. So these all should be provided, okay. So if in future, in any case, there is a issue of ragging, both the parents can be reached out because already the details are available. So we request everyone, okay, that from the anti-ragging cell, that all the students are supposed to fill up this undertaking form. Now, how to access this undertaking form, I will give a brief demonstration from the computer. You can all have a look as to how to fill the form. Just type anti-ragging. इसको थोड़ा बड़ा करना होगा हाँ बाद में सर. Control plus. Yeah, so we will try to give a demonstration. So what happens is you first go to this portal, and then you click on the first link, right? So in the first link, when you click on, you will see that there is a tab which is showing forms. Can you all see that? Forms. So under this forms, can you see forms, all of you? So here you have these forms, right? So you all have to go under these forms and then have to select the first highlight, that is the student undertaking, right? So once you click this, you have to scroll down and it is written to be filled by a student, right? So you all have to go down, and first you have to select, choose your educational institution type, right? So under this institutional, choose your educational institution type, you have to select the option university, right? So when you select the option university, you will see that a form with student details comes in, right? So here, first name means you have to fill your first name, right? Suppose my name is Debojit Kumar Deb. So I have three parts, right? First part is my first name, middle name is my Kumar, and Deb is my surname, right? So if those who don't have middle name, can you see that middle name is optional? So those who don't have any middle name, they can leave it blank. So you have to fill your first name here, and then you have to fill the surname, right? Then you have to fill in this mobile number. Now this mobile number is very, very important, because when you fill in this mobile number and your email ID, a reference number will be generated. Once you submit your undertaking, once you submit this form, you can get the undertaking form, soft copy you can get through your mobile and your email ID. So in the mobile number, you have to fill in the mobile number which you will be using, okay, which is a regular mobile number, okay. And then the next thing you have to fill in is your email ID. So these are not optional, these are mandatory. So you have to fill that, right? After that, you have to fill the gender, you have to fill your city, and in the state, you will get a drop down. So from the state, you have to select the option Meghalaya, right? And then you go down, then there is the nationality. So the nationality is preset to Indian. If they are international students, they can choose as per their nationality. Next comes the very important details. Okay, these are your parents or guardian name. Okay, so it's you should select a guardian such that if there is any adverse case, the guardian can be reached out, right? So your immediate guardian, okay, to whom the university or your anti-ragging cell can reach out. So you have to fill those details. So here you have to fill the guardian name. It can be your parent or it can be your immediate guardian who is taking care of you here. Then you have to fill in the contact detail of the guardian as well as the email ID of the guardian. So why these details are being collected? These details are being collected because in case of any issues of ragging, the guardian can be immediately contacted, right? Then where the guardian is staying, that also you can mention, right? In which place? Like some of you might be studying in Shillong, but your parents might be in Joai. And if you feel that your parents are the legitimate guardian, okay, that they are the ones who will take care of the, if in case there is any problem, you can do that, right? So you can fill in your parent guardian city, you have to fill in the guardian state, and then the guardian address, right? Next also is an important paragraph. It comes on the state in which your university is based, right? So here again you have to take click and select Meghalaya as the option, and here immediately you will see the William Carey University will be there in the drop down, right? So you will get that option of William Carey University in the drop down. So you have to fill that, right? As soon as you give Meghalaya here, you will get all the universities which are registered in UGC, okay, in Meghalaya. So you will get that option. University code, this is Aishi code, so it will come by itself. Okay, you don't have to do anything here. Once you select this, the code and the university name will be taken by itself. Now, here comes, you have to fill in the name of your vice chancellor, right? So, in the name of the vice chancellor, from this drop down, you have to first select the option professor, right? So, this, let me just highlight this part. So, here you have to fill in some details, right? So, the first detail that you have to fill in is the professor's name. So, here, first you have to select, from here you have to select professor as the, from the drop down you have to select that as the designation, and then you have to write our vice chancellor name. So you all can write down this, right? So just a second, I'll just, so sorry. So you have to write down, Professor Shoma Bhomik. You have to fill this. Okay, so this information will be needed to you, right, when you are filling up the form. So all of you can take down this. I hope it's visible. I can, if I want, I can increase the size a bit more so that it's visible. Then some of the, now here the details of the universities will be asked. So in case if any ragging action takes place against you and you file a complaint, so who will be the first authority to look into that, right? So the director or the chancellor name has to be filled in. Following this, you have to provide the university phone number, right? So in the university phone number, you can put 600-990-5263. This is the phone number which you have to put in the university phone number section. Okay, so let me give you the number again. The number which you have to fill is 600-990-5263, right? You all can take photographs also. Okay, the step-by-step process. The next thing is you have to fill in the university landline number. So the university landline number will be 0364. That is the STD code, and this should be followed by 295-4585. So you can just, this 0 you can remove. Okay. So this is the university landline number. You can fill in 364-2954-585, right? Next, this is optional, but since our university has a landline number, you can give both the mobile number as well as the landline number, right? Now here you have to, in the next column, you have to give the details of the course. Details of the course means you have to select that which course you are currently pursuing your studies, right? Is it a diploma? Is it a degree? Is it a PhD or others? If you select others, also it's okay. But if it is under these, say postgraduate or undergraduate diploma or degree, most of us will fall under this undergraduate degree or your postgraduate degree. Okay, but this is mandatory for the PhD scholars also. PhD scholars also should fill in this form, anti-ragging undertaking, right? Once you have filled this, next will be the name of the course. So name of the course means if you are studying like masters in, if you take for my department, it's masters in chemistry. If your department is there, you can say master in psychology, masters in zoology or bachelor's in your particular field, okay, whatever. And here you have to, the next thing which you have to fill in is the number of students in your class. So that refers to how many of you are there in a particular class. Suppose in your class you are 9 of you, right? 9 of you are studying this particular course, so you have to fill in 9. Suppose 40 of you are there in the class. Okay, regular students. Regular students means who are appearing the exam. Okay, and are admitted under the course. So number of students in your class, so that you have to fill in. Uh, this is also, if you see, this is, sorry. If you see, what I mean to say is, number of students in your class, this is not a mandatory, okay, there is no asterisk. So even if you don't submit this, if you don't submit the number, your form will still be accepted. So the ones which is with asterisk, you have to fill in, right? Next, you have to write the current year of study. So which year you are. So I hope that here you are students of third semester or maybe fifth semester. We are now having the odd semesters, sir. Yeah, odd semesters. So there is no limit, okay? It's not that only when you are in the first semester you have to fill up this form. You can fill this form in the fifth semester also, okay? But you have to fill it, okay? You have to start filling. So that is what we are asked to take the undertaking from each student, right? So you have to currently give the year, and this the next information which will be required is the nearest police station. So here you can fill in Rinja, okay? Because we have one police station in Nongmin Song, but that is not a police station, that is an outpost, right? So the designated one which we can give is your Rinja, okay? So here you can write the Rinja police station, okay? So this is the police station nearest. So if any incident of ragging takes place, UGC itself can take an action. If the university is not taking action, UGC will contact the nearby police station, okay? So that much care is being taken into. So you can put in this detail. The next detail that, okay, now I think that is the end of the form. Now you just have to make some declarations. And yeah, so this declarations is, I confirm that I have read UGC regulations on ragging, right? So what are the UGC's regulations on ragging? If you click on this, there is a hyperlink here. If you click on this, you will get all the regulations, the related regulations on ragging, okay? So to submit the form, you just have to click here, yes, right? The next one is, I confirm that I have read the judgment of the on prevention of ragging. So there are many court cases and many judgment passed, okay, on ragging. So if you want to go through that, all the judgments and what are the rules and laws made regarding to ragging policies, you will again get a hyperlink here. You all can read that, okay, and then you can confirm that as yes. Now the third point is very important. You are filing anti-ragging case, but when you are filing this form, you also pledge that you yourself will not do ragging, right? So the next point is, I promise that I will not indulge in ragging or any form of violent behavior. So ragging or violent behavior. So violent behavior is a very gray area. Like in the starting I told, you might take it as a fun, but I might take your behavior as a violent behavior, right? So individuality has to be respected. That is what I have told. So here it is written ragging or violent behavior, right? So for you it might be fun, but for other individual it might be a violent behavior. So what I request all individuals to be more sensitive towards your seniors, right? So you have to click on this. You have to click on this. So all these points, it has to be ticked yes. Then the next point is, I understand that if I am accused of ragging, the responsibility is on me to prove that I am not guilty. This is a big issue, right? That suppose anyone files a ragging case against you, you have to prove that you were not involved in ragging. The individual who has put a ragging case on you, he is still on safer grounds. So you have to prove. Say particularly, suppose your friend told that, or your junior told that this particular senior has ragged me. You have to prove that you have not ragged. Okay, so it is difficult. They have made these policies so that the students do not indulge in such activities, right? And the last point, I will not remain a spectator. Suppose your senior is doing a ragging, and I am also a part of the senior, and I feel that this is not right. This comes under ragging. I should myself not be a spectator and watch. If a senior is ragging a junior and other seniors are watching, then they are equivalently involved in ragging. Right? So if there are evidences found that one senior was ragging and others were just, like in our case, maybe the idea came from someone's mind, but others are all watching as spectators. So they all will be treated as guilty for the ragging. So here also, if you can see, the anti-ragging helpline number is given. This is a 24/7 toll-free helpline number of UGC, and the email ID of UGC is also given for complaints. Okay, you can place your complaints. Now, after this is a confidential survey. So here you will be asked few questions which are auto set. Auto set means the answers are already set, but if you want to change the answers, you can change. Like the first question asks is, have you ever been ragged? The auto set answer is no, right? The next question is, did you ever rag anybody? Auto set answer is no, right? What is the phone number of the National Anti-Ragging Helpline number? This is that same number which I have shown you. This number you have to put it. 1800-180-5522. So this number you have to fill in here, right? So what is the phone number of the National Anti-Ragging Helpline number? That same helpline number is also put in our banner. Okay, you can take a snapshot from there, or itself it is there in the form. And the last question, does ragging happen in your university? The preset answer is no. Okay, if you feel that, but if you choose any option, you have to prove. Okay, suppose you choose mild. Okay, so they might ask some documents from you. Okay, so these are preset. Preset means already set. You don't have to change much here. Only what you have to do is, here you have to fill in the number, that 1800. Okay, then 180, then 5522. This is the number which you have to fill, right? Then after you have done all of these, you just click here, I have rechecked the form, and confirm that all the details are correct, and then you just submit your form, right? So if you do this, your form will be submitted. Now once the form is submitted, you will get a reference number in your phone as well as in your email ID. Now this submitted form, the hard copy, you have to take a printout, right? You have to take a printout and submit one copy to our nodal officer. Our nodal officer is Sir Rutherford. So you have to submit one copy of this anti-ragging submission or undertaking to Sir Rutherford, who is also our librarian. And also one copy you have to submit to the admission officer. So admission officer, we have Dr. Shatabdi Banerjee. So you have to submit one copy to the admission officer. So what I suggest is that you all can do this in a your department wise manner. All of the CRs within a department can collect all the forms within a stipulated time and together submit to the admission officer rather than going one by one. Is it okay? So that way we can keep the things organized. Now, once once you have submitted this form, the thing is from where you will get the printout, right? So to get the printout, if you want to get the printout, so because once you submit, this screen will close, right? So from where will you get the printout of the form? So to get the printout of the form, again you have to go to the forms section, and you have to go to this undertaking section and you have to go to download. Okay, so when you go to undertaking section and download, here you will get a reference number. This reference number will come to your registered email ID and registered mobile number, right? So that reference number you have to fill in here. You have to give in your registered email ID, you have to give your registered mobile number, and if you submit, you can download. That your undertaking form will be in the downloadable form. So once you download that, you print that and you can submit. Okay. So this is how we will go about submitting the your undertaking. So every students are requested to take this undertaking. It is mandatory. Okay. If you are not taking this undertaking, then maybe UGC next time might send some regulation that unless until you submit this, your mark sheets will not be given to you. Okay. So please kindly initiate this within your individual departments and do it at the earliest. So I think that is the end from my side. If anyone has any queries or want to ask any questions or has any clarifications, they are free to ask.